Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to have a conversation with you about self-love. And you may be wondering, what does that have to do with energy work? Well, I happen to think that it has a lot to do with it. But first, we can check out what the dictionary says about it. So it reads, a regard for one's own well-being and happiness. So it sounds very simple, right? But it does involve much more than that, even though that is the original premise, because I think that most things that we go through are actually connected to this very phrase or this very idea of self-love. I don't want to say that all things are related because I don't have any data to back it up, but in my opinion, it is way up there. So I think that talking about this topic is important because self-love is an integral part of our growth and our well-being. Because when someone is practicing self-love, this person will inevitably feel better about him or herself. It would have more abundance in their lives. We would be able to give more to others and generally be more connected to everything and everyone. And when we are practicing self-love, it also includes keeping energetically protected as part of that self-love ongoing care. So that's why it's important. I'm also bringing this topic up because lately I seem to have more conversations with people who are struggling with the idea of loving themselves. They seem to me like they're stuck in some aspect of their lives. And by me being outside of it, it makes it easy for me to see that maybe they're not making the correlation that self-love is part of most of the solutions. To me, it seems as if they were missing the point, that they're not connecting the dots on how everything relates to everything else. So, in my opinion, and this I'm basing on personal experience, some hardships, whether they are emotional or financial or even educational, they can most likely be traced back to a decision made not based on self-love, but instead it was made on what someone else thought was better for us. Or maybe the decision was made based on what we thought others would think of us if we chose differently. Also, as of lately, I've been encountering people more and more, it seems to me more often, that don't feel that they are worthy of receiving blessings or abundance or companionship or success, or that they could do the things that they love. It's as if this worthiness should come from somewhere else and not from you. And I have to say a disclaimer here. I am not a counselor. I am not a trained professional in mental health or psychology or psychiatry, or I don't want to pretend to sound as if I have it all together all the time, because I don't. But as I've gotten older, it feels as if the process of putting my well-being first is becoming easier and easier. And if anything I say today could help someone else have a ding or an aha moment, then why not talk about it, right? Sharing is caring, right? Anyway, I know that there are many people out there who struggle with this issue. And I'm not trying to oversimplify or even dismiss the way that some people feel. Not at all. Quite the opposite. In some of the conversations that I've had lately with friends and others, there's been a common thread that I've noticed. They have expressed that they feel underappreciated, not valued enough. They feel that they have been giving way more than what they have been receiving. And these feelings are not just caused by their family or friends. It also extends to employers and other people that they are in contact with and whom they share their lives to some extent. They have described some of those people as ungrateful or inconsiderate, selfish, mean, etc., etc. But are they really? The question that nags me is, are they really undervalued? Are they unappreciated? Is the value of other people put on you, whether that value is high or low, something that we should even consider in our lives? Should we consider their assessment of us as important to us? I don't know. The feelings that they have been expressing are valid because they are true for them, right? They don't appreciate all I do, all I give them, all the extra hours that I put in, and they don't compensate me, or they don't give me a promotion, etc., etc. We can say all this is true because it feels true, especially in the heat of the moment and when we are, unfortunately, at our wits' end. But let's pause for a second and go a little bit deeper. Could it be that those people are just doing what they are being allowed to do? Could it be that maybe we have not set up the boundaries that we need to set up? I'm not trying to blame the victim here, okay? Just hear me out. It just occurs to me that, for example, if you're a mother and you're constantly helping your grown son or your grown daughter, or if you have a needy friend or whoever you choose as your example, and they don't ever thank you or show appreciation, in fact, they actually feel entitled to what you provide, or maybe they're asking for more money or more time or more of whatever it is that you're providing to them. And then it comes a time when you need them and they come back empty or they don't show up for you. Then my question is, why do you continue the pattern? As parents, I can understand our need to provide and protect. I'm not denying that at all. But unless we're talking about children here, we're not under any obligation to be a martyr forever. And that's what we're becoming, martyrs, by our own hand. So have you thought of the possibility that maybe we, with our lack of boundaries, are enabling them? And that maybe if we set a boundary and enforce it, we could not, or we would not feel as used and frankly as tired. Because it is very tiring to be there for someone who's not there for you. So, for example, if your employer is asking you to do too much, could it be that maybe you need to stick to what your job description actually calls for and stop going the extra mile that everyone thinks that you should do always at your job? Don't get me wrong. I'm not advocating laziness or advocating that you are confrontational with your boss, or that you don't give your job your all, or that you don't show initiative. I'm not saying any of those things. I know that your livelihood may depend on this job. And besides, giving your all to your job in the capacity that you were hired for is the honest and right thing to do. All I'm saying is that, for example, if it is your day off and they are constantly asking you to work, maybe you could say something like, I would be more than happy to complete this project during my normal working hours. Or maybe you can say, I can't really work during my days off because I have other arrangements already planned. You are allowed to say no, you know. You can also say that you would be more than happy to discuss how you can complete this project once you return. Don't you think that maybe some of those problems came because you just didn't set a boundary from the start? When you think that if you train or empower others to respect that boundary, you would probably not feel taken advantage of. I say that we need to put the ball on their court in an awesome way, by the way. Look at it as empowering them to do the right thing by you. You're not getting paid what you're worth. Is it because the job is taking advantage? Or is it because you're tolerating it? Or is it that you didn't negotiate a good salary for you from the beginning and you resent that? And have you also looked for ways to improve on your education so you can qualify for a promotion or a raise? Have you looked for other opportunities better suited for you? Why are you in a job that you hate? I am not advocating that you quit your job or that all this is your fault, or that you leave your partner, or that you divorce your kids or other family members or friends, even though some of those may need to be released back into the wild, by the way. And also, if you have friends or a partner that act that way towards you, you need to scrap them. You deserve much more. I understand change is not easy and that it takes time, but you got to think about yourself. What I am advocating for is that you open your eyes and start seeing the magnificent being that you are, and to stop this victim mentality that puts you at a perceived disadvantage. We all have had our issues. I don't know a single person who has had a perfect life up to this point. I know that there may be lots of them out there, but these are not the ones that I'm referring to. These are not the ones that I've been hearing from. And I know that change is hard, but not changing is harder. And maybe a more effective way to start calling it is not change. Maybe because most people don't really change, they will probably go back to their true nature and go back to their old habits. So maybe we need to also acknowledge the fact that a lot of us do resist change. So why make it harder? Why make something that's already hard even harder? What we need to do is make corrections. Yes, corrections. If you don't like your job, correct that. Get a better one, or get your job description adjusted, or get additional help, or negotiate more money. You don't like the way your kids treat you? Correct it. Stop being always there. Stop allowing them to make you feel guilty or less than. By the way, this behavior that they see in you will not help them in the long run. So that would be even good parenting if you stop doing that to yourself. In case of emergencies, of course, you need to always be there for your kids. That's the contract that we have as parents. But you don't have to be there for trivial things that stress you out just because you feel guilty. Does your partner not appreciate anything you do for him or her? Well, you need to decide what you're not willing to accept any longer and have a conversation. Maybe some couples therapy is in order, but make a correction. Stop accepting the notion that other people's behavior should affect you. I know it is ingrained in us because we have been doing it for so long, but you can still set your boundaries. We're talking about your well-being, your energy, your life, your power. Yes, your power. Things like these rob you of your personal power. As parents, many times we have delayed all the wonderful things that we had planned for our lives when we were younger because we needed to be the parents that our children needed. I'm not saying it was wrong or right. I'm just merely making an observation. But many parents feel they did it all for nothing because at the end, they gave it all and now they're alone and feeling unappreciated. And by the way, you can feel alone even if you have a partner. Some of you may not have children, but may still have been doing all this for someone else, maybe for other family members or lovers or parents. We did what others thought we should do, but it stops now, okay? I am not saying that you have to become a jerk or you have to stop talking to anyone or become this rigid, unapproachable person. By no means. But what I am saying is, don't take crap from anyone. If you feel like doing something that you put off because you were busy parenting or you were broke because, again, you were parenting, just do it. Don't be afraid to fail. Actually, if you fail, it's even better because now you identified one way not to do it. So that one failure, that initial failure that feels so bad is out of the way. You are afraid that you procrastinate and you blame everything and everything else on everyone else. Well, stop it. Just do that thing you want to do. You want to lose weight, but you can't get yourself to see results? Try again. Who said you needed to stop at the second or third or fourth try? Follow your doctor's orders, eat well, exercise safely if you can, and stop eating crap consistently. You can start making corrections little by little. Start with yourself. Maybe correct one thing per week. And as you get better and more confident, start correcting everything else. Don't allow others to dictate your life. Do not allow your life to pass you by and leaving so much more on the table, so much more you have to offer. Don't allow past failures to creep up and make you feel that you can't do something or become the person that you are meant to become. Don't seek other people's approval. Better yet, surround yourself with doers. Doers, people that are too busy becoming the best version of themselves that they have no time to throw shade at you. Surround yourself with people who inspire you and love to help others. Why? Because those people are the type of people that actually get it. They get that we are all in this planet together, that we are one, that we are connected energetically to everything and everyone. And they know that hurting others ends up hurting themselves. Those are the people you need to hang out with. We can also improve how we love ourselves. Follow these 3 magic words: decide, execute, and reassess. Decide what you're not tolerating, execute the plan you come up with, and you see, when you're reassessing, you're seeing what results you're getting. And you need to adjust if you don't see the results you're wanting. At the beginning, you may end up having to do these 3 things over and over, and that's fine. That's great. Practice makes perfect, right? Also, very important, and I advocate this all the time, take time for yourself. Make an appointment to be with yourself at least once a week. It doesn't have to be for hours and hours. It could just be the first 10 or 15 minutes of the day while you are getting used to this new routine, and then you can increase later. You need to get used to this new way of living with yourself, and in time, you're going to be able to carve out more time to reconnect, to do what you like, to figure out and remember what your dreams were when you were younger. You can start planning how you're going to retake these dreams. If you do have the time on your hands, start by making a date with yourself and go to that art exhibition that you have been wanting to see, or go to that gallery that you've been wanting to check out. You don't have to go with anyone. Actually, it's better if you don't. Or make that trip to the bookstore that you keep postponing, or to the gym. Okay, now I know I went too far. I went too far on that one, but I'm just kidding. Go to the gym if that's what you're calling this. The other thing that is going to help you tremendously is if you start a journal. Make an inventory of where you are today, physically, mentally, emotionally. Then write out what you want to see in yourself or for yourself with no limits. Write down all the things that you would do if you had absolutely no limits. Make it a priority to write in your journal every day. If you have to, wake up an extra 15 or 30 minutes earlier to write if you don't have the time because of the routine that you're used to right now. Just do it. Pour your heart out into those pages. Make your goals and figure out how you plan on achieving them. Some days you won't have much to write, and that's okay. Just keep trying. You can run out of ideas. I know, I've been there. You can write about the color of your towels and which one is your favorite towel. It doesn't matter. Just write. Writing is what's going to keep you going every day. And as time goes on, and you look back and read those pages again, especially the initial pages, you're going to see how much you have achieved for yourself already. And you'll keep going. You're going to start living again for you. So take that small step. A small step is better than no step at all. So my conversation today is really not to judge you. I don't want you to get the idea that, oh my God, there's a guru and she's coming to judge. No. Or I don't want you to feel that I'm lecturing you on a subject that I am a master at, because I'm not. We all have our struggles. My conversation today is just to open the window and shed some light into some things that I have found helpful to do in my own journey, and I wanted to share them with you. If you feel stuck and you're not sure what to do or how to get started, check out some of the videos that I have already made for you. I recently made a video about bathing as a spiritual practice. Do it. Practice it. You're going to love it, and you're going to start seeing a difference. Surround yourself with positive people, positive energy. Plants and flowers can do that for you. Music can do that for you. Surround yourself with the gentle and loving energy of crystals. My favorite thing to do. One of the favorites. Get a Reiki session, or get some other energy work that you feel called to or that you resonate with. I also made other informational videos about our chakra system and how to keep them balanced. Watch them and protect your energy. Get connected to the force that is yours and that connects you to all. I hope you found this video helpful. And as always, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do it. Hit the bell button so you never miss when I upload a new video. Thank you for watching until the end. I love you, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye!